Have you ever looked at a lawn and wondered why some have those beautiful dark and light stripes that seem to jump off the landscape while others look flat and uniform no matter how often they're mowed? Today, I'm going to explain how to get the best cutting quality and the deepest stripes possible from your lawn. Wherever you're using a robotic lawnmower, riding lawnmower, or traditional push mower, I'll explain why some grasses stripe beautifully while others simply don't, no matter what you do. And I want to thank ECOVACS for sponsoring this video and giving me the opportunity to discuss one of my favorite topics as an agronomist and a former golf course superintendent: how mowing practices influence turf quality and appearance. Let's start off with one of the biggest misconceptions in lawn care. Not all grasses stripe equally. In fact, some grasses naturally produce dramatic stripe, while others are very difficult to stripe, regardless of the equipment you use. For best striping grasses are Kentucky bluegrass and perennial ryegrass. These grasses have a finer leaf texture and growth habit that allows the leaves to bend and reflect sunlight differently depending on the direction that they are laying. When grass blades are bent away from you, they appear lighter. When they bend toward you, appear darker. That difference is reflected light in what creates the stripe pattern. This is why you see so much dramatic striping on many sports fields, baseball fields, and some of the best residential lawns. Tall fescue can stripe, and many of you know I have tall fescue and ryegrass lawn. However, tall fescue does not stripe as aggressively as Kentucky bluegrass or perennial ryegrass because the leaf blade is stiffer. Turf scientists refer to this as characteristic as tuger and leaf rigidity. The stiffer the leaf blade, the less it wants to lay over and reflect light differently. This is why you often see seeds sold in blends with a blend of tough fescue, ryegrass, bluegrass, all blended together. You get the disease resistance of tall fescue and the drought resistance of both tall fescue and ryegrass. But then you also have that beautiful striping that bluegrass and ryegrass will give you. Also, on Bermuda grass, there's sort of a new thing, and that is Bluemuda, where you're actually mixing bluegrass with Bermuda grass. Now, here's what's important: bluegrass and Bermuda grass can tolerate low mowing heights. So when you're blending different species together, be sure that they're compatible with the mowing height and your practices, such as herbicide application. For instance, Celsius, for example, which is one of my go tos on my Bermuda grass, it will control all cool season grasses. So, whenever you're blending things together, you have to consider your management practices to ensure that they're consistent, and be sure to read pesticide labels or herbicide labels, particularly, for example, if I wanted to seed Bermuda or probably bluegrass into this. I would need to re examine my management strategies on this to ensure that it's compatible with both species. That's the one thing that I would caution you on whenever you're blending grasses in there. But throwing a little ryegrass or throwing a little bluegrass into a warm season grass lawn is a great way to achieve stripes and all the benefits that warm season grasses can give you, particularly during its hot, dry summer months. And if you go to this QR code, I have various seed for zoysia grass, bluegrass, ryegrass, even Bermuda grass on my Amazon storefront. And those are top quality seed varieties. I've gone over that in several videos of how it difference in seed varieties are significant, and you want to get the best possible ones. A lot out there, and don't buy seed at box stores because they generally are not of the same quality, and they're often blended with other additives such as seed coatings and mulch. And really, if you really do the math, oftentimes you are paying almost double of what you would pay if you simply just bought the seed by itself. Myself, I'm sort of on the fence on seed coatings, and I really don't think the mulch is worth it at all. So I really encourage you to either go to the Amazon storefront or find a reputable seed vendor online. Make sure you're getting the top quality seed from them. Just don't buy it at a box store. Warm season grasses like this Bermuda grass, zoysia grass, and centipede can produce stripes, but generally not the same extent as ryegrass and bluegrass. Their growth habits and leaf characteristics simply do not lend themselves to dramatic striping in the same way. So, the first step in creating great stripes is understanding what grass you're working with. The second factor is mowing frequency, and this is where robotic lawn mowers have a tremendous advantage. One of the reasons sports fields look so impressive is because they're mowed frequently. The more often the turf is cut, the more consistent the defined stripe becomes. With a traditional mower, many homeowners mow once every week, perhaps every 5 to 6 days. A robotic lawn mower can mow every day. It can mow every other day. It can mow 3, 4 times a week. That consistent mowing keeps the stripes fresh and visible all the time rather than just allowing them to fade between mowing events. Every time the mower follows the same direction, it reinforces those stripes and keeps them highly visible. But mowing frequency does much more than improve striping, it improves turf density. University turfgrass research has repeatedly shown that increasing mowing frequency encourages lateral growth. Instead of growing upward, the turf begins producing more shoots and tillers, creating a thicker, denser lawn. A thicker lawn means fewer weeds, better stress tolerance, and improved appearance, and ultimately a higher quality stand of turf. Now let's talk about mowing direction. This may be the single most important factor in creating attractive stripes. Changing direction regularly to prevent grain development and wheel rutting. Robot lawnmowers allow you to do this automatically. One of the things I really like about modern robotic lawnmowers, including the ECOVACS A3000 I use on this lawn, it's the ability to program different mowing directions. You can mow north and south one day, east and west another, diagonal patterns another day, or you can create multiple mowing zones and assign different mowing directions in each area, like I've done here. This is where things become really interesting from an aesthetic standpoint. In my own lawn, I divide the property into separate mowing zones. Each zone can be programmed with a different mowing direction. The result is a dramatic contrast between sections of the lawn. One area may be striped horizontally, another diagonally, another one vertically. When sunlight hits the lawn, those different directions create a visual contrast that immediately catches the eye. The lawn appears larger, more detailed, significantly more professional. This is one of the biggest advantages with robot lawnmowers provide over traditional mowing equipment. You can create patterns and maintain them consistently without spending additional time behind a mower. Let's discuss cutting quality. As an agronomist and former golf course superintendent, this is one of the most exciting benefits of robotic mowing. Many people focus on convenience. For me, cutting quality is equally important. Traditional rotary mowers use a heavy blade rotating at high speed. When sharp, they provide a good cut, but when blades dull or turf is thick, the rotation of the blade slows. They begin tearing and shredding leaf tissue rather than cutting it cleanly. Those damaged leaf tips often appear frayed, ragged, and a robotic lawnmower used very sharp, razor sharp blades. The quality of cut remained, to me, very much like a real mower. For those of you unfamiliar with real mowers, a real mower cuts grass much like a pair of scissors. The leaf blade is clipped between a reel and the bed knife. The leaf blade is cleanly severed rather than ripped apart. This creates a smoother, healthier leaf tip. Not only thing about real mowers is they take skilled mechanics and special machinery to properly sharpen. Bed knives and reels can be bent with a stick, acorn, or other debris in your lawn. I've seen them bent many times by golf tees. That makes them impractical for homeowners. So, why does a clean cut on a leaf tip matter? First, it reduces water loss. Every cut represents a wound to the plant. A clean cut seals faster, it loses less moisture. Second, it reduces stress. Third, it potentially reduces opportunities for pathogens and disease organisms to enter through the damaged tissue. And finally, it improves appearance. Many homeowners don't realize how much the leaf tip damage affects lawn color. When a mower tears the grass, those damaged tips often dry out and turn white or brown. The damaged tip isn't noticeable. 10 damaged tips aren't that noticeable, but when you have millions of leaf blades across an entire lawn showing white or brown tissue, it absolutely changes the overall appearance of the turf. The lawn appears lighter, less vibrant, less green, and with a cleaner cut, those damaged tips are minimalized. As a result, it's a darker, richer, green color throughout the entire lawn. That deep green appearance everyone wants and often starts with cutting quality. Now let's talk briefly about striping kit. If you're using a riding lawnmower or walk behind mower, a lawn striper can make a dramatic difference. These rollers are mounted behind the mower and physically bend the grass in a consistent direction. This creates a stronger light and dark contrast. In fact, many of the dramatic stripes you see on professional sports fields are created using rollers and striping systems specifically designed for that purpose. They're extremely effective. However, robotic lawnmowers create stripes in a little different way. Instead of relying on heavy roller, they create stripes through a repeated directional mowing. When combined with frequent mowing and directional control, the results can be surprisingly impressive. So, if your goal is the best striping possible, here's what I recommend. Choose a grass that will naturally stripe well, such as perennial ryegrass or Kentucky blue. Mow more frequently. Keep your blades sharp. Vary mowing directions. Use a separate mowing zones when possible. Maintain proper mowing height. And if you're using a robotic lawnmower, take full advantage of its ability to automate these practices. The beauty of robotic mowing is that it allows homeowners to apply professional turf management principles consistently, requiring additional time every week. For me, that's why I believe robotic lawnmowers represent the future of residential lawn care. They provide convenience, improve mowing frequency. They produce excellent cut quality. They enhance striping, and ultimately, they help homeowners maintain a healthier, denser, and better looking lawns. If you've ever experimented with mowing directions, striping patterns, or multiple mowing zones, I encourage you to try it out. The visual impact can be remarkable. And if you want to take a look at ECOVACS lawnmower line, I have a special QR code from my Amazon storefront right here that you could scan and look. There'll be links also in the description. I also will leave right up here at the end where I go over each ECOVAC lawnmower, and you can pick the one that suits your yard. I appreciate ECOVACS for sponsoring this video, and I'm pretty excited about the future of home lawn care. I'm agronomist Greg Phillips. Thank you for watching.